Three teams met last year with Nicholas County winning all three by margins of 32, 21, and 32. So over the last 4 games, the Lady Jackets have really had the Fillies number. Hopefully that will end tonight. Well, the Fillies, a very busy part of the schedule right now. After tonight's game, we'll take off until Friday, when we'll head over to Mount Olivet to take on Robertson County in another district girl-boy doubleheader. The girls' game will begin at 6 o'clock. Then on Saturday, the Fillies will head to St. Patrick High School in Maysville to take on the Lady Saints. That's a matinee affair, just a varsity game that'll begin at 1 o'clock. And then on Monday, we'll make a trip to Mason County to take on the Lady Royals. So 4 games in about 6 days, a tough stretch for our girls. As far as the Thoroughbreds are concerned, they'll play later on tonight in this doubleheader. We'll also be involved in that Friday doubleheader over at Robertson County. Then on Saturday, our guys will head to Woodford County for the Ed Step Classic, where they'll take on Tate's Creek at 4:30. So make plans now to attend. Then on Tuesday, the Thoroughbreds will be back on the hilltop to take on Paris High School. Well, the bowling team, congratulations to our boys bowling team who have made the state tournament. Well, right now we're about to have the national anthem, so we'll take a listen to that, after which we'll take a break and then come back for the tip-off of tonight's game between Harrison County and Nicholas County. But right now, let's bring you our Star Spangled Banner. We're waiting to see if our ROTC crowd is coming, but apparently they are not. So we'll go after the national anthem anyway. County back here at the Hilltop. The starting five for Nicholas County has been introduced. Now the Fillies starters are being introduced as well. We're talking about some of the other winter sports. Our girls wrestling team will be hosting the Region 6 tournament this coming weekend out here on the Hilltop. So best of luck to our girls as they pursue another state championship, and I'm sure that they will be up to the task, starting with their own postseason, the Region 6 tournament up here on the Hilltop. Well, a pretty decent crowd for tonight's game. Not a great crowd by any means, but maybe more people will show up as the night goes along. The 8-13 Fillies against the 14-6 Nicholas County Lady Jackets. So we're about to get this game underway. Jumping center for Nicholas County will be Maggie Simons. Across the mid-court stripe from her will probably be Hayden Lunsford, as our girls are getting some final instructions from Coach Watson. Yep, we're playing without Carson and Hicks. Yep, and Lunsford indeed will be jumping center. So we're about to get this game underway. Dance team making up the stable tonight. Of course, the band is here. The ball is up, and the tap controlled by Nicholas County. Carpenter gets the ball to Simons, who will bring it into the front court. A little trapping defense by Harrison County. Simons throws through it over to the far sideline to Banks. Banks being guarded now by Hudgens. Escapes from her. Gets it down on the baseline. Shot put up and good by Davis. So Nevaeh Davis with the first bucket. Puts her team out in front by a score of 2-0. We're just underway really here at the Hilltop. With the basketball, Hudgens into the front court. We're going to have a 10-second call. So the tenacious Nicholas County defense already making its mark, forcing a 10-second call. From just to the right of the Harrison County bench, inbounding the ball will be Carpenter. She'll get it into the hands of Simons. Simons recross the timeline, gets it on the wing. Now up top, she'll find Davis. Davis passes to the far side to Banks. Banks takes a couple of dribbles, picks it up, now gets it to Simons. Ball knocked away, and the loose ball is going to be picked up by Harrison County's Custard. She'll get it in the front court to Lunsford. Back out top to Custard for three. In and out. Rebound pulled down by Nevaeh Davis. And up the floor come the Lady Jackets, leading 2-0. Under a minute gone in this game. Here's a shot put up for the elbow by Simons. It's no good, but chasing down the rebound on the far side was Tessa Humphreys. Here's a three fired up by Humphreys. No good. On the rebound, it's Simons. Her putback is going to be good, and she is fouled. And Maggie Simons will go to the line for a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. She can just absolutely do it all. Simons on the season, a 77% free throw shooter. Free throw up and no good. Linville gets the rebound for Harrison County, who now find themselves in a 4-0 hole. 6.5 left to go in the first quarter. Up top of the basketball, Lunsford, her shot is off the mark and will go out of bounds. Give the ball back to Nicholas County. Well, do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235.
Snap.
Oh, not much enthusiasm. We'll get it the next time. Here's a pass down to Simons on the block. She'll fan it back out top to Carpenter. In the corner, a three by Banks is good. Caroline Banks buries the tray, and Harrison County now trails 7-0. 5:58 left to go in the first quarter. Now here's a bad pass that's going to be stolen away by Carpenter. Carpenter gets the ball to Humphreys, who's guarded by Toll. Now on the wing on the far side in front of the stable, Carpenter. Carpenter throws the ball inside. It's a little bit beyond Davis and out of bounds. So on the turnover, give the ball back to Harrison County. An inauspicious start for our girls. Facing full court pressure. Custard to trigger the inbounds pass. She gets it to Lunsford. Lunsford has the ball back tapped away on the dribble, and the loose ball picked up by Nicholas. Simons in the paint. Double team. Gets it up top to Humphreys to the right side to Carpenter. Here's a steal by Hudgens. Hudgens goes to the far block. Her shot put up. Rolls off the flange. No good. And Humphreys will come down with the rebound for her Nicholas County Lady Jackets. And now a whistle and a foul called. It's going to be on Humphreys for clearing out. So give the ball back to the Fillies. In front of the Nicholas County bench, inbounding the ball for Harrison County will be Linville. Linville looking, gets it into the backcourt to Custard. Custard recrosses the line and gets the ball inside the center circle to Hudgens. Harrison County trails 7-0. We played 3 minutes of the first quarter. Hudgens drifts to the right side of the stripe. Now gets to the top of the key. Pass to Linville near the timeline. Now it's knocked away. And the loose ball picked up by Nicholas. 2-on-2 break. Banks to Simons. Simons off the glass. No good. And Lunsford will come up with the rebound for Harrison County. Into the front court. Here's a shot from the left elbow by Lunsford. No good. And they're going to say it was knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Nicholas, so Harrison will maintain possession. First up of the game coming in for Harrison, Kaylee Banks. Banks, a 5'4", 8th grader, averaging a half a point a game. She'll come in for Linville. From her own baseline, Lunsford to trigger the inbounds pass. Lunsford looking. Now will lob it in. It's knocked away. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Banks. That's our Banks, Kaylee Banks. She'll get it to Custard in the corner. Racing baseline is Lunsford, but she'll have her dribble knocked out of bounds from behind by Davis. Harrison will maintain possession. Still looking for their first points of the night. Kaylee Banks will inbounds the ball. Banks looking. Bodies hit the floor. No call. Inbounds pass comes to Custard, who will go to the far wing. Custard inside the arc now. Throws the ball away. Oh, they're going to say it was partially touched by Davis, so Harrison will maintain possession. I think we might have got one there. Inbounds pass comes to the backcourt to Hudgens. Hudgens inside the center circle. Pass to the left side, long range to Custard. Now to Toll. Back over to Hudgens. In the corner finds Lunsford for a three. Try good. Give the assist to Hudgens as Lunsford gets the Knupplaw three-pointer. And Harrison County is finally on the board. 4:14 left to go in the first quarter. Simons with the basketball. Goes to the block, to the glass. Her shot short. Rebound pulled down by Toll, and here come the Fillies the other way. In the front court, Custard has it on the wing, stops and pops from 12, off the mark to the right, and the rebound's knocked out of bounds by Nevaeh Davis, so Harrison County will maintain possession. From her own baseline, Kaylee Banks will trigger the inbounds pass. Banks looking, lobs it to Hudgens. Hudgens up and under move, off the glass too hard. Rebound, though, is going to be picked up by Lunsford. Lunsford back to Hudgens. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled and will go to the line for two. Foul on Caroline Banks. That'll be her first. Hudgens at the line for the first time tonight on the year. She's a 75% free throw shooter. With 3:49 left to go in the first quarter, her first free throw's on the way and off the front of the rim, no good. She'll have another, however, to try to make it a three-point game. Second free throw by the junior is on the way, and this one will be good. Hudgens gets Harrison County back to within 3 at 7-4. In the front court with the basketball, Nicholas County. Simons tries a pass to Caroline Banks. It's going to be over and back as she threw it a little bit wide of her. 5 first quarter turnovers by Nicholas County. Harrison County has committed 4. Well, they've been here for farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. Custard pass to the right side to Kaylee Banks on the baseline to Hudgens. Hudgens to the block to Toll. Her turnaround shot is no good, and Davis comes away with the rebound for Nicholas. Leading by 3. Here come the Lady Jackets. Carpenter down low, tries a pass to Humphreys, knocked out of bounds by Toll. Good anticipation that time by Marley. But Nicholas County still has the basketball. From her own baseline, Carpenter to trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it in the corner to Caroline Banks. Fakes the 3, moves inside the arc for a 15-footer. That's an air ball. And Custard gets the rebound for the Fillies. Into the front court, Banks, that's Kaylee Banks. Now trapped between a triple team, and they strip the ball away from her. Into the front court with the basketball, Simons. Simons lobs the ball into the corner to Caroline Banks. Now a pass in between the circles to Carpenter. Carpenter back over on the far side to Caroline Banks again. Banks, a pass to the right side to Simon. Dumps it to the elbow. Here's a shot put up and good by Humphreys. Humphreys' first points of the ball game. And the ladies from over in Carlisle have taken a 9-4 lead with 2:37 left to go in the first quarter. Now nearly another steal, but Lunsford able to hang on. Fires an off-balance three-pointer that's going to be short. Rebound pulled down by Simons, and she's racing the other way, goes coast to coast and lays it in. And that will prompt a timeout by Coach Watson. It'll be just a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here. But right now, with 2:23 on the clock, Harrison County finds themselves down by 7, 11-4. Not the type of start, I'm sure, that the Fillies had wanted to have against this very good Nicholas County squad, who is showing no ill effects from playing in the All-A-State tournament. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's Hardee's in Cynthiana. Fillies will be back in action on Friday night when we'll take on Robertson County over in Mount Olivet in a girl-boy doubleheader. The girls' game will start at 6. Out of the timeout, Harrison County will have the ball facing full court pressure. Custard inbounds the ball to Hudgens, back to Custard, now into the hands of Lunsford. Back to Custard in the front court to Toll. Toll inside the center circle finds Custard, who will lob it down on the baseline to Hudgens. Hudgens goes to the basket, misses the shot, and Davis gets the rebound for Nicholas County. Up the floor come the Lady Jackets. 2:05 left to go in the first quarter. Pass to the right side to Carpenter. Now up top to Simons, to the left side to Caroline Banks on the baseline. Nevaeh Davis is 15-footers, an air ball, and we're going to have a foul called on Simons going after the rebound. Linville checks back in for Harrison County. If you're fed up, call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in what situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com. Against the full court pressure, Custard gets the ball inbounds to Lunsford. Lunsford lobs the ball. It's knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Custard. Still in the backcourt. And now the ball is stripped away by Caroline Banks. In the corner, a three fired up. No good. Rebound pulled down by Custard. And here come the Fillies on the run. With the basketball up top, Hudgens goes to the left elbow. Gets it down on the block to Linville, who misses the shot. And the rebound is going to be picked up by Nevaeh Davis. Into the front court come the Lady Jackets, still leading 11-4. Simons to the basket. Her shot rolls out, no good, but she's going to be fouled by Hudgens. Simons has such a quick first step. It's just hard to keep up with her. That'll be Hudgens' first personal foul. Simons back to the line, where she is 0 for 1 today. Has 4 points thus far. Her first free throw is going to be no good. So here she came into the game shooting 77% from the line. She's 0 for 2. In the game for the first time for Nicholas, Brooklyn Feltz. Feltz, a 5'5 junior, averaging 0.8 points a game. Second free throw by Simons is right through the net. So Maggie Simons with that second free throw puts her team up by a margin of 12-4. 1:22 left to go in the first quarter. With the basketball, Custer to the right side finds Hudgens. She'll get it down on the block to Linville. She'll feint it back out to Banks, Kaylee Banks. Over to the left side to Lunsford, back to Kaylee Banks. Now in between the circles to Custer. To the right side finds Hudgens. Hudgens in the paint, dumps the ball off to Linville. Her 8-footer rolls off, no good. And Carpenter gets the rebound as Harrison County's got a lid on the basket on their side. In the front court, Simons, left side three, off the flange. Rebound is going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Nicholas County with 46 seconds on the clock. Harrison County down 12-4. Facing full court pressure again. Hudgens looking for help. Gets the ball to Custard. Custard back to Hudgens. Hudgens will bring the ball into the front court against the defense of Simons. And now Simons knocks it out of her hands, out of bounds. Stockyards Bank and Trust has competitive home equity loans and home equity lines of credit. Ask a banker to learn more. That's Stockyards Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Nevaeh Davis checks back in for the Blue Jackets. Kaylee Banks inbounds the ball to Custard. Custard in between the circles. Now drifts to the right side where she'll get the ball long range to Hudgens. Skip pass to Lunsford. Now Lunsford in the corner will find Custard. Back to Lunsford. Lunsford lobs the ball to this side to Kaylee Banks. To the elbow to Hudgens. Hudgens splits the defense, goes to the basket, and lays it in. Nice drive that time by Hudgens. Harrison County is back to within 6 at 12-6. 14 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. In the front court on the baseline is Davis. She'll get it out top to Caroline Banks. Now between the circle to Simons to the left side. Finds Feltz. 5 seconds left. Feltz, a pass in the paint to Davis. Her shot's no good. Rebound pulled in by Lunsford. And that is the way that the first quarter will end with your score. Nicholas County 12 and Harrison County 6. You're listening to Philly basketball on WCY. All righty, back here at the Hilltop. Neither team shot the ball all that well. Thus the low-scoring first quarter. Harrison County was 2 for 12 from the floor, while Nicholas County made just 5 out of 15 shots. Down by 6, Harrison County will have the ball to begin the second quarter. Linville inbounds the ball to Custard almost over and back to start things off, but the referee didn't see it. Pass up top to Lunsford in the paint to Hudgens. Hudgens then will spin around and takes about 3 steps. So give the ball back to the Lady Jackets. That's 7 first half turnovers on the Fillies. At El Paracutan, daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. Simons over on the right side in the corner finds Caroline Banks. Banks to Davis at the elbow. Davis now on the wing to Simons. Simons takes her dribble over to the near side to Carpenter and gets the ball in the corner now to Humphreys on the wing to Simons once again. Simons back to Humphreys, who will fire a 3. Try good. Tessa Humphreys with her first tray of the game. And the lead for the Lady Jackets grows to 15-6 on the Humphreys 3. We played a minute of the second quarter. Harrison County now down 15-6. In the front court, Lunsford gets the ball to Hudgens up top now to Custard. They leave her alone, and she'll short arm a 3-point try with Caroline Banks coming away with the rebound. She'll get into the front court on the left side to Simons. Up top to Carpenter, to the right side to Caroline Banks again. Banks up top to Simons. In the corner, she'll find Carpenter. Carpenter back up top to Simons. Simons over to the far side to Caroline Banks again. Caroline Banks throws a pass. It's going to be knocked into the backcourt by Hudgens, but going to retrieve it will be Carpenter. She'll bring it to the top of the key. Passes to the right side to Caroline Banks. Banks over to Simons in front of the stable. In the corner now finds Humphreys. Back up top to Simons. In between the circle to Carpenter. In the corner, she'll get the ball to Caroline Banks. 6:17 left to go in the first half. Harrison County trailing 15-6. Nicholas County's had a rather prolonged series this time, but here's Caroline Banks, who buries a 3-pointer. Second 3 of the night for Caroline Banks. Makes the score now 18-6 in favor of Nicholas County, and a turnover has been forced by Nicholas County. Timeout Harrison will take it as well. As we said, 6 minutes exactly left to go in the half. Harrison County trails 18-6. You're listening to Philly basketball on WC. righty, as we get back to play here on the hilltop, Harrison County down 18-6, and after the turnover just before the timeout, Nicholas County will have the ball from the far corner. Carpenter to try to get the ball in bounds. She'll lob it to Simons. Simons at the top of the key. Drifts inside the arc, guarded by Banks. She'll get it up top to Humphreys, now to the right side, once again to Carpenter. Carpenter tries a pass in the middle, picked off this time by Lunsford. Lunsford gets the ball to Hudgens. Hudgens in the paint is going to be fouled before she could get out of the double team. Foul's going to be called on Carpenter. That'll be Carpenter's first. Just a common foul. Lunsford will trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it into the hands of Custard. Custard in the paint, forces up a 10-footer. Good. Nice job that time by Keeley for her first points of the night. Harrison County has drawn back to within 10 at 18-8 with 5:29 on the clock here in the first half. With the basketball in the front court, Carpenter on the wing. She'll find Simons. Simons, a pass to the left side to Humphreys. Humphreys in the paint, spins around, gets the ball to Caroline Banks. Now on the wing to Simons for three. Bounces off. And the rebound is going to be picked up by Davis. Davis gives the ball to Humphreys, who puts it back up and in. Tessa Humphreys with the basket there. Her 7th point of the night. And Humphreys has put her team up 20-8, 4:53. Now a runner put up and in by Custard. That's Keeley's second basket and as many times down the floor on offense for the Fillies. 4:43 on the clock. Harrison County still down, though, 20-10. In the front court with the basketball is Humphreys. Gets it on the wing to Caroline Banks. Now back to Simons in the corner. Simons to Humphreys. Baseline 10-footer, good. Humphreys with 9 points to lead her team on that 10-footer. With 4:22 on the clock, she's put her team up 22-10. Harrison County breaks the press. Gets it in the paint. Here's a shot put up by Custard. No good this time. And Simons will grab the rebound. In the front court with the basketball. Simons to the basket. Layup missed. And the ball was knocked out of bounds by Nicholas County. So Harrison will get the ball back. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and Fillies. Fillies down 22-10 midway through the second quarter. Linville to Custard. Custard to the right side, long range to Hudgens. Hudgens splits the defense, now floats one up from 10, no good, and Carpenter gets the rebound this time for Nicholas County. She'll hand it off to Simons, who will bring it into the front court. Freshman pitches it over to the far side to Carpenter, now on the baseline to Davis. She'll pass it to Humphreys, who puts it up and in. 11 points for Tessa Humphreys, who's having a big game already here tonight. With 3:27, her team leads 24-10. Here's a short shot put up, no good by Linville. And Davis will get her 6th rebound of the night. In the front court on the right side, Carpenter dishes it down low to Humphreys, who lays it up and in. We're letting her control us down low. And a timeout called by Harrison County. It's going to be just a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here. But Tessa Humphreys has scored her team's last 6 points. And with 3:10 left in the half, Harrison County finds themselves down 26-10. If you'll remember, the first time these two teams got together over in Carlisle about 2 weeks ago, the Fillies faced a similar situation in that Nicholas County got the lead early and just kept extending it for most of the rest of the game. And right now, the Fillies need something good to happen as they trail 26-10. Of course, this game, the first of a girl-boy doubleheader, the Thoroughbreds will take on the Blue Jackets after this game is over. Checking into the game for the first time for Harrison County, Alyssa Williams. Williams, a 6'1 freshman, averaging 1.2 points per game, as Coach Watson looking for somebody, anybody, who can grab a rebound. With the basketball, Lunsford gets it to Custard, now to Hudgens. Hudgens against the press. Still hadn't crossed the line, gets it back to Custard. He'll get it across the line on the far side of the circle. Now a wraparound pass to Lunsford is a 10-footer that's no good. And Nevaeh Davis fights for the rebound. Into the front court with the basketball, Simons. Gets it to Humphreys on the baseline. 10-footer bounces off this time. Rebound pulled in by Williams. That's the way to get it done. And now a steal and basket by Simons. That hurts. Simons now with 7 points. And Harrison County trails 28-10 with 2:24 left on the clock in the first half. Custer with the basketball now. Waiting on our people to get where they're supposed to be. Now gets the ball to Lunsford. Lunsford to Kaylee Banks. Kaylee Banks gets it in low to Williams. Her hook shot too hard off the glass. And Humphreys will grab the rebound this time for her Lady Jackets. In the front court with the basketball, Carpenter. She'll stop and pop from 10. No. And Lunsford will get the rebound for the Fillies. Gets it to Custard. Custard at the foul line. Spins around. Gets it to Kaylee Banks in the corner. Finds Hudgens. Hudgens to Williams. Williams, a turnaround shot, no good. Gets a roll rebound, puts it back up, no good. And this time, it's Simons who comes up with the rebound. She'll go to the basket, and we're going to have the ball knocked out of bounds by Harrison County. From her own baseline, Carpenter. Her team up 28-10. Looking to get the ball in bounds with a minute and a half left to go in the half. Here's a three from the corner by Caroline Banks, in and out. Rebound pulled down this time by Williams. Williams with 3 rebounds already. Lunsford, right side, 10-footer, good. Big basket there by Lunsford. Little 15-footer that pulls Harrison County back to within 16 at 28-12 with just a minute 15 left to go in the half. Across the timeline comes Simons to the right side, long range to Carpenter. Carpenter is going to be tripped by Kaylee Banks accidentally. That'll be Kaylee Banks' first personal foul. 1:07 left in the first half. Back in the game, Feltz returns for Nicholas County. Megan Gray, one of the all-time greats, will be honored at halftime. One of the 2,000-point scorers in Harrison County history. Simons with the basketball on the left side. In the corner finds Caroline Banks in front of the Harrison bench. Caroline Banks, crossover dribble, moves to the block. Her shot too hard off the glass, and the rebound is going to be chased down by Custard. Custard in the front court gets the ball to Hudgens, who will float a pass into the corner to Lunsford on the wing to Custard. Custard, with under a minute to go, passes it back to Hudgens up top. And now Bailey will bring it back near the center circle. Hudgens looks at the clock, sees there's 35 seconds, and Harrison trailing 28-12. Pass to Kaylee Banks, now back up top to Hudgens. In the paint to Williams. Williams fans the ball on the wing to Custard, who goes baseline, puts up a shot, no good, but a foul is going to be called on Caroline Banks. That'll be 2 on her with 24 seconds on the clock. Custard at the line for the first time tonight on the year. She is a 70% free throw shooter. First one here is no good. Davis back in for Nicholas County. For Harrison County, Eddie Rowe checks in. Rowe, a 5'7 junior, averaging 1.1 points per game. Hudgens will come out to make sure she doesn't pick up a cheap foul in the final 24 seconds. Second free throw by Custard is good. Gives her 5 points. Harrison County now back to within 15 at 28-13. With the basketball in the front court is Simons to Carpenter. Back to Simons on the left side. 10 seconds left. Up top, she'll find Feltz. Feltz drives a step inside the arc to Simons in the corner. She'll find Humphreys. Humphreys in the paint to Carpenter. Carpenter with no time left, and no shot will be put up. But I think we do have a foul on Harrison County. It's going to be on Kaylee Banks. That'll be her second, but it was a non-shooting foul, and so the first half will come to an end with Nicholas County leading Harrison County 28-13. We invite you to join us now for our halftime show, brought to you by Joe Cochran at State Farm. We'll go over all the scoring and stats from this first half of play that has so far been controlled by Nicholas County. That coming up right after this. Once again, your halftime score, Nicholas County 28, Harrison County 13. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC1. righty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County down by a score of 28-13 at the half in a game that has been controlled since the very get-go by the Lady Jackets as they stretched what was an early 2 or 3 or 4 point lead out to 6 by the end of the first quarter, 12-6. And then outscored the Phillies 16-7 in the second quarter to extend their lead to 28-13 here at the half. Taking a look at the scoring individually, first for Nicholas County, they're paced by Tessa Humphreys, who has 13 points, 11 of those coming in the second quarter. 7 points for Maggie Simons, 6 points on a couple of trays by Caroline Banks, and 2 points were scored by Nevaeh Davis. Also playing but not scoring, Sydney Carpenter and Brooklyn Phelps. Meanwhile, Harrison County has a couple of players leading the way with 5 points apiece. Both Hayden Lunsford and Keely Custard have done that. The other 3 points coming from Bailey Hudgens. That's all the scoring we got so far. Also playing but not scoring, Katie Linville, Addie Rowe, Alyssa Williams, Kaylee Banks, and Marley Toll. That's the way the individual numbers stack up. We invite you to stay tuned as we'll come back and take a look at the team numbers right after this. You're listening to the Halftime Show brought to you by Joe Cochran out at State Farm on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County down 28-13 to Nicholas County. Taking a look at the stats. In that first half, the Lady Jackets made 12 of 28 shots. That's 42.9%. They attempted 8 trays and made 3. Meanwhile, Harrison County having a difficult night. Just 5 out of 23 in the first half. That's 21.7%. The Fillies attempted 4 trays and made 1. From the free throw stripe, neither team did all that great. Of course, there weren't a lot anyway. Nicholas County was 1 for 3 for 33.3%, while Harrison County was 2 for 4 for 50%. After a tough first few minutes, when Harrison County committed 6 turnovers in the first 4 minutes, since that time, the Fillies have done better, and overall in the first half commit just 9 turnovers, while Nicholas County committed just 1 turnover in the second quarter and 6 overall. And the rebounding battle was won by Nicholas County as well, 17-12. 2 offensive and 10 defensive rebounds for Harrison County. They were paced in that department by Hayden Lunsford's 4. Meanwhile, Nicholas County, 3 offensive and 14 defensive rebounds. They were paced by Nevaeh Davis, who brought down 7 boards here at the break. So there are your numbers through the first half of play. Harrison County will need some breaks if they want to come back in this game, but still a lot of time. We just need to play better defense and make our shots. Well, both teams, Harrison County not back out yet as I look. I thought I saw us, but not yet. But in any case, we invite you to stay tuned as we'll take a break right now and come back with the third quarter handoff right after this timeout. You've been listening to the Joe Cochran at State Farm Halftime Show on WCYN Sports. All righty, back here on the hilltop. Harrison County down 28-13, and Nicholas County will have the ball to begin things here in the second half. Well, you have a big group to feed. The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235.
Snap.
Better.
Thank you.
Better.
Thank you.
All righty, Carpenter will inbounds the ball to Simons. Simons looking at Harrison County's 2-3 zone. Pass to the right side to Humphreys. Humphreys back up top to Davis. Davis, a bounce pass to Simons in front of our own bench. Simons on the baseline to Humphreys once again. Humphreys now passes on the wing to Caroline Banks, down to the far side to Simons. Simons, guarded by Kaylee Banks, gets the ball into the hands of Carpenter. Carpenter nearly traveled. Now gets the ball in the corner to Simons for three. Short. Rebound pulled down by Caroline Banks, who puts it up and in. So Caroline Banks with the putback basket puts her team up 30-13. Opening moments of the third quarter. With the basketball, Kaylee Banks down low to Linville, has her shot blocked, and the ball was last touched by the Fillies. So Nicholas County, leading by 17, will have the ball. Facing full court pressure by Harrison County, and bounce pass comes to Simons. Simons now will jog the ball into the front court as she crosses the midcourt stripe and gives the ball to Carpenter. Carpenter, a pass down low to Davis, who puts it up and in. Nice drive that time on the give and go by Davis. First bucket of the game for Davis. And Harrison County now trails 32-13. 6:47 left to go, and now a steal by Simons, puts it up and in. And now a timeout called by Harrison County. We'll take it as well. Once again, your score with 6:41 to go in the third quarter. Nicholas County 34, Harrison 13. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC Wayne. We get back to play out of the timeout. Harrison County down by 21. They have the ball. Custard in the backcourt gets the ball to Hudgens. Hudgens back to Custard, who will bring it across the timeline into the front court. Now double teamed, trying to dribble out of it, and she's going to be trapped. And we're going to have a jump ball called. Possession arrow will keep the ball in Harrison County's hands. But why do you pick the ball up a step after stepping into the front court? It's just basic ABCs of basketball we're not doing right. From the far hash mark, Hudgens gets the ball inbounds to Custard. Custard being tracked as she crossed the timeline by Caroline Banks. Now goes in between the circles. Gets it down on the block. Her floater off the glass is no good. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Lunsford. Lunsford to Custard. And now a shot put up and good this time by Lunsford. That's her second Knupplaw three-pointer of the day. And Harrison County back within 18 at 34-16. 5:53 left to go in the third quarter. With the basketball, Davis puts one up off the glass, and it's good. 6 points for Nevaeh Davis, her second bucket of this game. And the ladies from over in Carlisle are up by 20, 36-16. In the front court, Kaylee Banks spins around, gets the ball to Custard. Custard then throws the ball right into the hands of Simons. Simons, 2-on-2 break to Banks, back to Simons to the basket. Misses the layup, however, and Lunsford will get the rebound. In the front court, Hudgens with it now. in the paint, spins, puts up an air ball. Williams is there, though. Her putback is no good. And Carpenter will follow with another rebound. Into the front court come the Lady Jackets. In the corner, Davis. Davis, with 5 minutes left to go in the third, finds Caroline Banks, who gets into the paint, puts up a shot, no good, but she's going to be fouled by Hudgens, and that'll be Bailey's second. That'll send Caroline Banks to the line for the first time tonight on the year. Banks is a 56% free throw shooter. 36-16, 4:58 left. First free throw good left here in the third. Makes it 37-16. Second free throw is no good, and Custard is there to get the rebound for Harrison County. She'll bring it into the front court, directing traffic, being guarded closely by Caroline Banks. Now makes her move to the top of the key, to the right elbow, in the paint, up top. Kaylee Banks fires a three-point try, no good, off to the left, and Humphreys will grab the rock. Up the floor and into the front court come the Lady Jackets, trying to extend their lead. Here's a pass down low to Davis, up and under. Williams puts it up and in. Nice move that time by Nevaeh Davis. And on the layup, puts her team up 39-16. 4:22, and now a steal by Davis. Her shot is no good, and the rebound is going to be picked up by Custard, and she's going to be tied up. And the possession arrow faces the Lady Jackets' way. Unreal. All righty, from her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Simons to Carpenter. Back to Simons, who falls down and will be called for the travel. 4:07 left to go in the third. That's the first turnover of the second half for the Lady Jackets, and only their second since the first quarter. 39-16 your score, as we said. They've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. Hudgens lobs the ball in, and it's taken away by Simons, who goes to the basket but misses the layup. Now goes back up with her own offensive rebound. She's unsuccessful, but this time she's going to be fouled. It's going to be on Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's third. Simons at the line, but first a timeout. We'll take it as well. 4:02 left to go in the third. Your score, Nicholas County 39, Harrison County 16. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Sometimes it's good to know that you don't have to drive all over the state to find the building materials you need to repair your home. Tuba floors and nails, paint and brushes and caulk. You know we have the best selection of caulk in town. Also door locks, bolts and screws, treated lumber for your decks. We have quite a few products that no one else in town has. There's too
Out of the timeout. Simons at the line for two. She's 1 for 3 from the charity stripe tonight, despite coming into the game a 77% free throw shooter. Has 9 points, came in averaging over 23. First free throw is good. Extends her team's lead out to 40-16. Second free throw's on the way, and this one is good as well. Down 41-16. Harrison facing full court pressure. Inbounds pass comes to Lunsford. Lunsford races up the far sideline. Now lobs to the top of the key to Rowe. Rowe in the paint. Nearly traveled. Now gets it back to Lunsford. Lunsford in the corner to Custard. Custard drives baseline. Puts up a 10-footer. No good off the flange. And Carpenter will get the rebound for the Lady Jackets. Carpenter at the top of the key to the right side. Finds Caroline Banks. Now she'll get the ball to Feltz, who goes into the paint, misses the shot. And Lunsford gets the rebound for the Phillies. She has 7 tonight. Lunsford passed the ball in the corner to Custard for a 3. No good off the front of the rim. And Simons gets the rebound. Simons 1-on-2 to the basket. Shot no good, but she's fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2. Foul is going to be on Banks. That'll be Kaylee Banks' third. Or second, I'm sorry. Simons back to the line where she's now 3 for 5. 3:19 on the clock in the third. Harrison trails 42-16 after that first free throw is made. And Marley Toll checks back in for Harrison County. Also coming in for Nicholas, Peyton Boone. Boone, a 5'2 junior, averaging 0.6 points a game. Simons gets the basketball. Her second free throw is good as well. And that will extend the lead to 43-16. 3:19 on the clock here in the third. Now a poor pass by Harrison County results in another turnover. From the far corner to trigger the inbounds pass will be Feltz. Feltz guarded by Banks. Lobs it inbounds to Simons. Simons now picks up her dribble, gets to the right side to Boone. Boone tries a pass. It's going to be stolen by Rowe. And Addie's going to be fouled as well. Nice step in that time. Fouls on Carpenter, her second. Harrison County with the basketball, but trailing 43-16. 3 minutes left to go in the third. Cross timeline comes Custard. In between the circles, dishes the ball to Rowe. Rowe takes a dribble, fires the ball into the paint to Toll. Toll back at the elbow to Custard. Down low to Toll, whose shot's no good, but she's fouled. And Marley will go to the line for 2. Foul is going to be assessed to Davis. That'll be Nevaeh Davis's first. So Toll at the line for the first time tonight on the year, a 50% free throw shooter. Looking for her first point of the night. With 2:50 left in the third, her first free throw is good. Let's see, we've got Katie Schweitzer checking in along with Tessa Humphreys. Katie Schweitzer, a 5'6 senior, averaging 0.4 points per game. .250 on the clock. Second free throw for Toll is on the way, and this one bounces in there. A little bit of a shooter's touch. Harrison County down 43-18. In the front court quickly, Davis can't control the pass, and loose ball is picked up by Toll. Toll to Banks. Banks to Lunsford. Lunsford has her shot go off the bottom of the backboard, and Schweitzer will get the rebound. Schweitzer in the front court will find Feltz. Feltz approaches the perimeter, gets it down low to Davis. Davis now into the hands of Boone, who misses the shot, and Toll gets the rebound for the Phillies. She'll give the ball to Custard. 2:14 left to go in the third quarter. Nice article in the Herald today about Katie Schweitzer playing with a prosthetic leg. Just a really good article. You ought to read it. Here's a shot put up by Lunsford. Good. 10 points now for Lunsford on the layup. With 1:54 left. Now a shot put up no good by Nicholas County, and Kaylee Banks gets the rebound. Here's a pass in the front court from Custard to Lunsford, and Lunsford lays it in. Hayden Lunsford will get her team back to within a 43-22 deficit with a minute and a half left to go in the third. With the basketball on the left side was Feltz. She'll get it up top to Humphreys. Now into the hands of Boone. Boone to Schweitzer on the wing to Humphreys. Humphreys in the corner finds Boone. Boone races baseline, but then drops the ball out of bounds. I'm going to say, though, that Harrison County touched it last. More subs for the Lady Jackets. Carpenter returns, as does Caroline Banks, and also Simons returns as well. From her own baseline, to trigger the inbounds pass will be Carpenter, gets the ball to Davis, who lays it up and in. 10 points for Nevaeh Davis on that layup. Puts her team up 45-22 with just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Spin all Nicholas all the way. Toll to the left side to Kaylee Banks in the corner finds Rowe. Rowe has the ball slapped away from behind, but Kaylee Banks is there to pick it up and then makes a hook shot. Nice job that time by Kaylee. Her first points of the game. Gets her team back to within a 45-24 deficit. In the front court, Simons on the right side finds Caroline Banks. Caroline Banks now to the top of the key, spins at the elbow, kicks it back on the wing to Davis for a 15-footer, rolls off the rim, no good, and Marley Toll gets the rebound for Harrison County. 25 seconds left to go in the quarter. In the corner, Rowe fires a three, air ball. Rebound pulled down by Carpenter. Up the floor come the Lady Jackets with 14 seconds left now. Pass to Simons, open for a three, short. Rebound is picked up by Humphreys. Her putback is no good. Gets her own rebound again, and this time it is going to be good. And that's the way that the third quarter will come to an end. With your score, Nicholas County 47, Harrison County 24. You're listening to Philly basketball on WC1. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County down 47-24 as we begin the fourth quarter. Harrison will have the ball to start things off. Toll inbounds the ball to Custard. Custard from the right elbow extended shot put up no good, and Nevaeh Davis will get the rebound. She has 8 rebounds on the night. Into the front court comes Carpenter, hands the ball to Simons. Simons in between the circles, backs up near the center circle to reset the offense. Now makes her move back to the right side, crosses over her dribble, pass to the left side. Here's a three fired up by Banks, and it's good. Caroline Banks with her third tray of the game. That will give her team a 50-24 lead with 7:22 on the clock. Now a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Nevaeh Davis. That'll be her second. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's Hardee's in Cynthiana. Now here's an inbounds pass. Simons and Hudgens collide, and we're going to have a foul on Simons. It'll be her second personal foul. From just to the right of the bench, the Harrison County bench, Lunsford will trigger the inbounds pass. Lunsford dishes the ball to Hudgens. Hudgens to Custard. In front of her own bench, Custard will lob the ball back up top to Hudgens. Down low to Toll. Toll up and under move, misses the shot, and the rebound is going to be pulled in by Humphreys. Into the front court come the Lady Jackets. Here's a shot put up and good by Davis. She has a dozen points on the night. On the layup, gets her team a 52-24 lead with 6:54 on the clock. And now Harrison County turns the ball over. That's now 16 turnovers on the night for the Fillies. Coming in now for Harrison County, Kennedy Howard. Howard, a 5'6" junior, averaging 1.2 points per game. She had 6 points on a couple of threes when these two teams met in Carlisle. Carpenter inbounds the ball to Davis over to the far side. Here's a Banks two-pointer, no good. Rebound is going to be chased down by Carpenter. Carpenter up top to Banks. In the corner finds Simons. Simons drives, kicks it up top to Carpenter. Now on the baseline to Humphreys. Humphreys on the wing to Simons. Simons in between the circles now, backs up inside the center circle to set the offense. Dribbles over to the right side, reverses to the foul line, where she'll dump it down low to Davis, who lays it up and in. 14 points for Davis on the give and go. And that will make the score 54-24. 6:14 left. Nicholas with the big lead. Hudgens with the basketball, and we're going to have a foul called on Davis. That will be her third personal foul. Coming in the game now for Harrison, Risa Heimlich. Heimlich, a 5'8 sophomore, averaging 0.2 points a game. Howard will inbounds the ball from her own baseline. Gets it to Custard in the corner. Now on the wing to Heimlich. Inside the arc to Hudgens on the baseline to Custard, who puts it up and in. Keeley's 7th point. And Harrison County